Hey everyone, VH here. Thank you so much for joining me today. So today we have our second weekly recap of VHL. So we're in our second week. We started off with 8 of us. We've still got 8 of us. So huge thank you to all 7 players, 8 including me, for sticking out for 2 weeks. It's been great, loads of progress. We've come across some common roadblocks amongst the accounts, apart from one person who's been steamrolling certain things. But yeah, it's been really good, really fun. If you like today's video, please obviously make sure to subscribe. If you haven't watched week ones, go back and watch it. That'd be great. And any suggestions, obviously leave them down below. So just as last week, we're going to go straight into looking at some accounts. We're going to go check mine out. So nothing too much has changed in terms of our main carry. We have Tix. We've managed to get him to E5. We've then got a 9-star wall deck who's new. We picked Betty as our prayer hero for our heroic summons. We've got Ignis. And we've got King Barton, who to be fair is doing little bits and bobs. We also picked up an Olivia and a Heart Watcher. We had to use relics for them. Boo. And we've got Delatium, and we picked up ourselves a Lucky Cruce. So there's bones here. It's fine. I picked up a Melodic Strings from the event. I also picked some Stellar and some Deluxe Resource chests. So we're okay. We've got things to do. I've got a path in mind. We'll see if we can stick with it. In terms of progress this week, so last week we capped out at normal 74 in Aspen Dungeon. This week we only got to difficult 33. I'd done that with a E2 Tix. I hadn't really managed to push him up that high when Aspen Dungeon came round, and we only had one guy at Aspen this week as well, so it was a bit trickier. Sealand, we've managed to push up to 13. That's between Shadow and Abyss. Tower, 5, 6, 7. We've got stuck by Mims. Mim is an absolute bitch for our account, and that's absolutely fine. And Guild Boss 19, we started off slow. We started off the week slow as well, and then we've managed to really ramp it up with the E5 ticks and the 9-star wall deck. So hopefully this time next week would have really kicked into gear. But overall, I'm happy with this week's progress. Let's get into the next one. So let's check out our boy Jordan. What's he achieved? Well, he's got a V1 Ithaca, 10-star Heart Watcher and Ignis, 8-star Saja, who he presumes food. He's got a 9-star Cruce, and he's pre-building up a Natalie. He's also got some other little foodie bits hanging about. His Ithaca has got Resonance Gear and a Melodic Strings. She's incredibly, incredibly strong. And we'll see that with what he's achieved. First off, I just want to show you something. I don't think anyone else has even cleared stage 2 of of Stellar Challenge. And he's cleared stage 6. And we'll go into what he's done this week. So he already got to difficult 82 last week, and he's managed to get to death 3. At Sealand, he's jumped from 9 to 18. Tower, he's also stuck with the Mims. Guild Boss, 49 in 14 days. That's like 3.5 a day. Guild Bosses. He's done with a V1 Ithaca. It's just wild how far ahead he is. And the beauty of him doing that, to be fair, I haven't even checked it out. The beauty of him doing that is that his guild tech's going to be insane, I presume. Yeah, this is because he's rushed through guild bosses, he's got extra guild coins, and he's managed to really boost his Ithaca even more. So it's like a self-feeding thing. And he gets... So here we have got the first of our 2 Basilisk users, Jason. Jason has got an E4 Basilisk with a 9-star Heart Watcher, Fiona and Queen, and an 8-star Flora. I don't want to dob Jason in, but Jason has done something very interesting. Jason used a lot of his scrolls week 1 by the look of it, because he's done nearly 1,000 summons, but only 250 during the event. So he hasn't got the event rewards yet. I actually think he will be able to get to 600 by the end of the event. Which will be like, so I filmed this on the Sunday, so he's got nearly 2 weeks to go. But it just means he's going to obviously be behind until he gets that and gets those rewards and gets the artifact. But yeah, in terms of progress this week, he went from normal 33 last week to he thinks normal 75. If you don't have an E5 hero and the Aspen's closed, you can't see how far you've got. I forgot that as well, to be fair. So Jason didn't make a note of what he got to, but that's where he thinks he got to. Sealand went from 9 to 12. In the tower, he went to 459, and guild bosses, he got to 20. So he's doing right on the old guild bosses. But yeah, Jason, he'll have an interesting week once he gets his summons done, once he builds up all his scrolls and he gets the event completed. And his team's looking nice. Basilisk, Fiona, Flora with the Heart Watcher and the Ignis there. Interesting to see what happens next week. So let's check out our little Jordanian friend, Eze. Eze had a slow week, first week. He was going down the path of start slow, build up your food, get your stuff from the Glory Challenge, the extra food from that, and then have a big swing at it. And that is what he's done. He's ended up with a V1 Penny, who is an absolute monster. She was back in the day, and she still is now. Got a Shark Cannon shell from the event, as well as some Deluxe resource chests and some Stellar. Got some Ranger class armor, which is fine. Obviously, he's very light elsewhere. The thing is, with Penny, if she crits round one, it's like game over anyway. That's kind of how she works, right? And because he's got on her a speed crit stone, she's obviously going to be quick. So, yeah, destructive PvP. And it's also worked wonders for him in a couple of different game modes. So, Aspen Dungeon, he started off at normal 16 last week, right? So starting off again at normal 1, he's managed to get to Nightmare 21, which is insane for like a one session Aspen. Seal Land's gone from 7 to 15, Tower 377 to 517, and Guild Boss 8 to 17. So I'm quickly actually going to check. What's he got stuck on? He's got stuck on a random Gru wave in the tower. But yeah, so Eze, really good start. Obviously, the fact that he started off slow last week is going to impact him a little bit, but he's only got to go up from here. So fantastic second week for Ez. Our first Aussie and second Basilisk user, Max. So Max has himself an E2 Basilisk. He also says he went for the double Shark Cannon shell. So he's got another one here. He just needs some artifact essence, or whatever you call it, to level it up, which is always the problem with pay to win or mysterious artifacts early on, is actually leveling them up. Garuda, Vesa, King Barton, absolute stud muffin, and then a spattering of other heroes. He's got himself a couple of Olivias. Like me, he's struggled with Heart Watchers, and it does make a massive difference early on not having those Heart Watchers. He's got plenty of food to build up and mess around with. So yeah, we expect next week this to look a little bit different. In terms of progress, he struggled in Aspen Dungeon, but his Basilisk is similar kind of level to what it was last week. So he's got to normal 13. Seal Land, he's got to 9. Tower, 403. It's those pesky Aidens. And Guild Boss, 12. So we'll see what Max can get done this week. See what luck brings him. But yeah, thanks, Max. Let's jump into the next one. Let's check Liam out. He's got Natasha, 10-star Heart Watcher and Fiona, and then he's got 3 9-stars, Rogan, Delatium, and then a food Bleaker. He's also got Williams and Forkus there. He has enough copies of Natasha to build her up to E5. Will be interesting to see if that's the route he goes down. Also got a spare Heart Watcher, the bastard. But yeah, interesting build. He has got the Punisher of Immortal on Natasha. He's got a Demon, but he went for 2 artifacts. He's got himself a Demon Bell. Did he do that, or did he get 2 from the event? It looks like he got 2 from the event, so he went down the 2 artifact route rather than what a lot of us did, which was the resource chest and the Stellar. I like it though. Demon Bell's going to be super useful for him. So yeah, that's Liam's account. In terms of progress, again, he was like me until I got to E5, and I can't remember who else it was now. Jason, where they don't have an E5. And they didn't make a note of where they finished in Aspen. Liam thinks he finished about difficult 50, maybe slightly higher. By the way, by the time this goes out, Aspen will be open again, so I'll be able to confirm exactly where people finished. Seal Land jumped from 8 to 11. Tower, he went to 461, and he had a good old time in Guild Boss fights, up to 22. So Liam has had a very good week. We can see there's lots of room for progress, which is great. He's already got some food built up. Be interesting to see this time next week if he has pushed Natasha up to E5 and what he's doing with the rest of it. Let's check out the reigning Week 1 champion, Panda. Panda, like me, has gone for Tix, except his Tix is a beautiful V2. Also has melodic strings and class armor, very nice. He then has a 10-star Williams. Unlike everyone else, maybe not so much Eze, he has gone down the route of, right, I'm pouring everything into my Tix. And he has a 10-star Williams, and then he's got lots of baby heroes. Olivia's, Heart Watchers, he's got a Waldeck and an Ignis, Carry. baby ticks army down the bottom there. So yeah, with Panda this week, it's just going to be about building up his food and seeing what he wants to do. He's got plenty of food, but it's good he's in a position where he doesn't have to rush anything. I mean, he's got 3 heart watchers. He's got 7 heart watchers, man. So jealous. But yeah, in a great spot to really push forward this week. Now, in terms of his progress this week, he struggled to get an Aspen Dungeon, and I feel like he must have got unlucky. He ended up on normal 69. At Seal Land, he managed to push up to 18, which is great. Tower, 5, 6, 7, like me and Jordan. He's obviously struggling with the mims. And Guild Boss, he's rushed ahead up to 29. Obviously short of Jordan, but well ahead of everyone else. So yeah, Panda, another amazing week. Will be interesting to see exactly who he builds out after his ticks in Williams, as he's like 3rd hero. He's got some food, he's got some stuff to do. But yeah, well done, Panda. And last, but certainly not least, we have our Danish lad, Cinder. Cinder has gone Williams. He's got him E3. Heart Watcher, 10-star. Ignatia, Sigmund, Garuda. And then what has he got? He's got an Ignis. He's got another Heart Watcher, Bastard. He's got Williams there. So you can make him E4 if he wanted to once he gets the food. So yeah, absolutely fine start. He's got melodic strings for Williams, which is cool. Damage reduction artifact for Heart Watcher. We love it. What did he go for out of interest? Deluxe resource chests and Stellar. Yeah, I think a lot of us, that's the route we went by. Now, in terms of progress, he had a bit of a down first week, which was massively boosted by his Aspen Dungeon. And that's the same here, right? So he's at difficult 20, which is fantastic. That's fine. Seal Land, he's got to 12. Tower, 4, 7, 6. And Guild Boss, he's had a solid week. He's up to 17. So, yeah, Cinder's had a strong week. It'll be interesting to see when that Williams is E5 and higher, exactly how far he can push. I wonder if this is the week that he gets rid of Sigmund. But either way, another solid week from Cinder. So that's everyone's individual scores. Let's jump into the actual categories themselves. So first up, we've got Aspen Dungeon. Jordan right at the top, getting to Death 3. And then Eze jumping from normal to Nightmare, both insane. Max struggled a bit. Panda struggled loads, only getting to normal 69. And then Jason, normal 75. And then we've got a few of us in the middle, kind of collated. There was only one chance at Aspen this week, which I think really hurt our progress. We've got 2 next week, so that'll be much more interesting to see who can kick on. But yeah, strong week. It's pretty similar to the week before, except for Eze. Seal Land. This is the one category I don't particularly like. Jordan running away with it at the top with Panda, both of them on 18. Eze with a huge bounce from Penny, getting to 15. And then me, Cinder, Jason, Liam, etc. And again, Max struggling a little bit. But yeah, nothing untoward. As I said, Seal Land's a bit difficult. I haven't enjoyed it. It looks like Jordan and Panda have, though. Tower. Me, Jordan, and Panda are at 5, 6, 7. We've got stopped by the Mim wave. It's an absolute shocker, and I don't see me particularly clearing it by next week. It's a real nasty little wave. Eze on 517. Penny managed to really give him a nice little boost. And then yeah, Cinder, Liam, Jason, and Max. Max is stuck at the Aidens. It's like the baby version of the Mims, but again, it was a pretty tricky wave. And then once you get past that, it's clear sailing. But yeah, not bad for week 2. And Guild Bosses. Listen, Jordan at 49, as we said before, has completely run away with it. There is no chance of us catching up. The massive advantage for Jordan is he's getting all them extra guild coins, and he's getting all them buffs, and he's getting further in the Stellar Challenge, so it's giving him extra resources, going through the newbie growth plan quicker than everyone else. So yeah, huge bonus for Jordan. Panda doing very well. Liam keeping up the charge, 22nd place. And yeah, it just goes down a little bit. I'm expecting to push personally quite a bit further this time next week, but we'll just have to see how it goes. So in PvP, I had another solid week. I got to 6 points. I beat Jason and Max, and Panda beat me, unfortunately. But overall, I had 21 points in PvE, 6 points in PvP, for a total of 27. I'm really happy with that, to be fair. Absolutely fine. Jordan. Jordan beat everyone. Clean swept them. Didn't have any issues whatsoever. That guild tech really coming in clutch, as well as the fact he's pumped loads into his monster. Now, he's had a fantastic week. 30.5 points in PvE, and our only PvP clean sweep of the week, 39.5 points. Jason, he lost to Eze and Cinder, beat Liam, 13.5 points on PvE, so a bit down from last week, and 3 points in PvP for 16.5 in total. It'll be interesting to see how far he can push once he gets his Basilisk to E5. We'll see if we can really ramp up, but another solid week from Jason. Eze, huge improvement. 20 points in PvE and 6 in PvP. He ended up losing to Jordan, but he beat Jason and Max. Penny, crit round 1, smashing it. But as I said, Jordan's just that little bit tankier. So, but yeah, Eze ended up 26 points for the week. Max had a bit of a struggle. His Basilisk is only E2. That's fine. This time next week, I'm sure he'll be up to E5. He also didn't have the easiest fights, Eze, Jordan and Liam. He got 4 points in PvE, 0 points in PvP for a weekly total of 4. Liam, he's got done twice in a row on the PvP side of it. Lost to Panda, Cinder and myself. Cinder's Williams is surprisingly strong, round 1 active, absolute nuke. And then obviously Panda and myself with ticks kind of nullifies Natasha a little bit. But he had a great week in PvE, 17 points, 0 in PvP, total of 17. Panda smashed me and Jason and lost to Jordan. Solid week in PvE, only really let down by the Aspen Dungeon. Ended up on 25 points, PvP 6 points for a weekly total of 31. I forgot to change the lion to the phoenix again, my bad. And finally, Cinder. Cinder, proper middle of the road. Had another strong week with Williams. Williams is interesting. He lost to Eze but beat Liam and Jason. 13 points in PvE, 6 in PvP for 19 total. So this is the PvP table. As you can see, to be fair, this is a little bit irrelevant. I've just done this so we can keep track, really. But a lot of people kind of keep into the same kind of thing. As I said, Jordan, the only one to clean sweep this week. I'm actually the only person to stay on the same score. But yeah, and here is the total list. So Jordan at the top on 70 points, with Panda just below on 68. So Jordan's just eked out Panda for top spot. Then there's a bit of a drop down to me on 52.5 points. Jason 44.5, Cinder 38, Eze 37, though he had a very good week. Liam 32.5. The PvP's killed him. It's so unfortunate. I hope he gets more luck next week. And then Max on 13. So yeah, the two at the top, Panda and Jordan, going stride for stride. I'm in a little bit of no man's land. Jason had a bit of a down week. It'll be interesting to see him and Eze next week. And then Liam and Cinder hitting strong. So all done. Look, it's been a great second week. Everyone's had a good time, I think. Everyone's done really well and kept up to date with it. It'll be fascinating to see this time next week exactly what changes. The only thing we know for sure is that, yeah, it's going to be Jordan or Panda right at the top. And I'm just going to have to be content with the middle of the road, third or fourth, I think. But massive thank you to all the competitors. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching and listening. I really do appreciate it. Any suggestions, let me know down below. Obviously, make sure you stay safe. VH out.